In this video, I'm going over how to fall in love with your life. I'm going to give you 5 ways that have helped me to feel more fulfilled, be happier, and fall more in love with my life. And I know that if you do these things, that it can give you the same results. That's coming up next. What's up, guys? It's Dave here from HeartSpace, where we are helping you to live the life that you want, whether that's in a big or small way, every single day. And in this video, I want to give you 5 different ways you can start falling more in love with your life. Now, most of these ways are actually very simple and can be implemented right away. And I really can promise you that if you implement these consistently, you will start to live a more fulfilling life. Number 1 is probably one you've heard before, and with good reason, and it's follow your intuition. What I found is that gut feeling that usually tells you to do something or not to do something very rarely is wrong. In fact, I can't think of a moment in my life where that feeling has been wrong, where that intuitive feeling that's come in that's told me or led me towards something or led me away from something else, whether that's towards a relationship and away from different ones, whether that's toward a certain career or away from different ones, whether that's toward certain circumstances or away from different circumstances. My intuition has never failed me. Following your intuition will bring things into your life that you can't even imagine right now, and it also makes life much more spontaneous. A practice I can give you in order to train your intuition more or to attune into it more often is to meditate. Something else you've probably heard of very often, but me and my girlfriend actually, or me and Lily at the moment, meditate typically for over an hour or 2 every single day, and it has helped both of us with that gut feeling, that intuitive feeling, and it's going to help you as well. Now, you don't have to start doing it hours every single day, although I would recommend starting at an hour. You can start with 10, 20, 30 minutes if that's something you're more comfortable with, but just make sure you're sitting somewhere, get comfortable, and just sit there and do nothing else. Allow whatever is coming in or whatever comes up to come up, and just listen instead of involving yourself in everything that does come up. Another way to listen to your intuition is to feel for what is heavy and what is light. Usually your intuition will tell you whether you should move towards something or not, very definitely. And what I mean is it's either a green light or a red light. There's never a yellow light, meaning if something feels light, that is something that your intuition is telling you most likely to move towards. Where something feels really heavy, pit in your stomach, that kind of feeling, usually it's something that your intuition is telling you to stay away from. Number 2 is gaining clarity on what it is that you desire from life and what your intentions are. The more clarity you have on certain things, the better. The more you know what you want, for example, in a relationship, what you want in your career, what you want as far as adventure in your life, the more you can go about actually bringing that in, and the more you can actually tell the universe, look, this is what I want, and actually start moving in that direction. And then your intuition will start actually looking to bring more of that into your life, and is going to affect what feels heavy and what feels light to you. But if you don't have that clarity and you're kind of moving around in a random way, then it's going to be very hard to do that. Now, that doesn't mean you're always going to have clarity. There are going to be moments when you're lost, and in fact, you need those lost moments in order to eventually find clarity and to find the right thing for you. But ask yourself better questions. Like, ask yourself, what do I enjoy to do? What do I enjoy doing? What do I want more of in my life? And once you gain that clarity, it just makes it much easier for you to move in those directions. Number 3 is to focus on experiences. And this one, I believe, even comes with studies that show that experiences is what leads to more fulfillment than material things. So for example, if you have the choice to spend money on an amazing trip that you've always wanted to go on to a new country or a new place versus maybe some materialistic thing, according to the studies, it's much more beneficial to take the experience. Experiences, so much can come out of those. So many lessons, so many connections, so many good feelings, so many things that you can take with you for a lifetime, where things that you buy are just going to fade away and kind of become a passing thought in no time. So set up your life in a way where you're allowing yourself to experience things very often. One of the ways to do this in a very simple way is to just try new things. This doesn't need to be complex. You don't need to travel to a new country to experience things or to experience adventure, although you can do that. I have personally done that and I found it very fulfilling, very rewarding. But it can be something as simple as going to a different coffee shop than you usually do, or taking a different path to work or to a friend's house. It could be something as simple as tweaking your routine a little bit, working in a different place, moving furniture around in your house so things are a little bit different. Just try new things. And especially when your intuition is leading you towards a new thing, explore that and see where it takes you. Maybe you want to try a martial arts. Maybe you want to try your hand at an instrument. Maybe there's a class you want to attend. I don't know what it is for you, but when your intuition is leading you to something new, give it a shot. You never know what experience will come out of it. Number 4 is to appreciate more. One of the things I've learned, especially in the last year, is what you appreciate appreciates. What you put your focus on is ultimately going to grow. So that also means if you are someone who complains and thinks negatively and just, bitches and moans all the time, you're going to get more of that into your life. Whereas, so many people have so much, but they don't recognize it because they don't appreciate the things that they have. They bemoan the things that they don't have. So start appreciating the things that you are receiving. For example, you might be complaining about money. Well, what if you instead appreciated all the ways you're receiving money at this very moment, or all the ways you brought in money up to this point? I guarantee if you did that more often than you did complaining about money, you would change your thoughts around money. Again, the easiest way to remember this is to remember that what you appreciate appreciates. Now, last one could be a bit controversial because it goes against what most of us learn, but it's to focus on yourself. So many of us try and focus on what's outside of us. We are really concerned about what other people think, and we don't take the time to actually focus on what we want. We don't actually take the time to focus and work on ourselves. The fact of the matter is you cannot give what you don't have. So you can say that focusing on yourself is selfish, when in fact it's only going to contribute to the world more if you focus on yourself first, become well-rounded, become the person that you want, and then deliver that to the world. And when I say focus on yourself, I'm just saying give yourself the time of day. This doesn't mean you won't be helping others. This doesn't mean that you're just going to become someone who locks yourself in the house and never interacts and never does anything for anyone else. What it does mean is you're prioritizing the things you know are going to help you become the person you know you truly can become. And what do you think the world is going to appreciate more? A person who's just going through the motions or is tiptoeing around everyone because they don't want to appear selfish, or someone who's going out there actually becoming an amazing person, the person they envision for themselves, and is presenting that person to the world? It's really a win-win-win situation because it's a win for yourself because you're becoming who you want to be. It's a win for the immediate people around you because they're just going to be getting the best version of you, and it's a win for the world because through you being the best version of yourself, that's going to create ripples in the effect where it's going to help other people be better versions of themselves. It's going to give them permission. There's going to be effects from what you actually do and create on the world because you actually focused on yourself. Ultimately, if you don't feel good about yourself, if you don't like yourself, it's going to be hard to really do anything that you want to do. It's going to be hard to become a creator, someone who creates their life in the way that they want, someone who's actually not just spectating or just participating in someone else's creation, but someone who's actually creating the life that they want for themselves. And the only way to really do this is to take a step back and to look at your life and go, how can I focus on myself in a way that will put me in the energy or will put me in a place where I am who I want to be? All right, guys, so those are 5 ways to fall in love with your life. 5 things that have worked for me and have helped me to live a much more fulfilling life. Of course, I'm always working on it and always improving. Life is very much like this. There will be ups and downs. However, you can definitely bring more fulfillment into your life by doing some of these simple things. I really recommend that you try these often, and when you can do them consistently, I promise you that you're going to be loving your life a lot more. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. If you have any other suggestions or things that you do that has helped you fall in love with your life, or things that have helped you feel much more fulfilled, please leave them down in the comments so other people can see, and let me know any other video suggestions that you have. Thanks once again, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.